Let's do one thing. Let's get back to that discussion on CG Power, right? It's a big headline. The Union Cabinet has approved the establishment of 3 semiconductor units. One of these units is a Semicon 80MP unit for specialized chips by CG Power and its technology partners. The joint venture will invest 7,600 crores over a 5-year period for this semiconductor or 80MP unit. To understand more about this, Natarajan Srinivasan, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer at CG Power, joins us now. Mr. Srinivasan, good morning. You know, the government has been going very strong in establishing units for these specialized chips. This has been a project in the works for many years, and now finally we're seeing fruition. But for a company like CG Power, can you help us understand what is the kind of revenue potential that you see here, the margin potential as well, over the next couple of years in the slightly longer term?
No, good morning. First of all, this project is a long gestation project. It will take about 3 years at least to set up the entire thing to start production. So a little early to talk about. Project will be attractive because it's the way it is funded. Actually, definitely it will be returns will be attractive, but a little too early to talk about margins and then other numbers.
Okay. So got it. It is at the nascent stage. I understand that. But can you at least help our viewers understand what is the kind of addressable market that you're looking at in the medium term?
So in India, actually, this demand for entire semiconductor chips is expected to grow at least about 10 to 15% per annum. And a lot of new policies will have to emerge. Actually, right now it's getting imported. A lot of once Indian units start operating, how much they can supply in India, and there will be some kind of buyback or offtake. I would say not buyback, offtake with the foreign technology partners. So marketing will not be a problem.
Mr. Natarajan, hi. Good morning, sir. Good to have you back.
Yeah.
Would have loved to see you on video, but we are on the phone. Yeah. But nevertheless, sir, just pulling back a little bit. So this is a chip packaging plant, right? What you're going to set up?
Yeah. So actually, we get last time. I think Renu Bed explained everything in detail. I saw the program, though I could not talk. Yeah. So we get the wafers. Maybe Tatas are going to manufacture wafers. We can get from them, or the customer themselves, who want to finally take the chips, they can supply the wafers. From wafers,
okay,
then the chips will be made, packaged to a particular design, and then they'll be shipped.
So at what point of the value chain does this plant come in, Mr. Natarajan?
This is at the second stage. I think it probably the final. From here, I think people can they can straight away use it for whatever purpose for which it is designed. Okay.
Now, typically, of course, too early to talk numbers for this particular unit, but as you said, returns will be attractive. What kind of margins? Because you looked at sort of these kind of businesses around the world before committing to this. What are the general margin levels here for this work?
So my understanding is at least if you run it efficiently, I think you can get at least 10% to PBT to sales of 10%. I think it is achieved. Conservatively, right. I'm saying there are companies who are doing much better, but I'm saying that definitely is possible.
All right. Hi, Mr. Srinivasan. Nigel on this side, and good to see you inside. We're talking about a new business this time, so let's focus on that. There could be a possible, offtake agreement with partners. With your partners, is there an offtake agreement, sir? If yes, could you tell us if there's a rough number that's fixed for there?
I can't give more details, but there is an offtake agreement. Okay. So maybe eventually, because we need to talk to all the partners and how much can communicate at what level, etc., has to be decided.
Okay, so there will be an agreement, but we don't have the quantum as of now. I also want to ask you, right. There are two partners. Why two of them? Are they bringing different technology? Is it high-end, middle-end technology? I'm just curious on that front. That's point number one. And point number two is, why is this business being routed through CG Power? It could have been done through Tube, right? Just a query on that front.
The first one is actually, the Star Microelectronics is purely a WOSAT player. They are a specialized WOSAT player. They have certain technologies. They also work with Renesas. Therefore, Renesas suggested that, the whole discussions came through that. And then that is how Renesas is also operates on WOSAT. Besides, they are a full-fledged semiconductor company. To meet the ends of technology, I think we have taken both.
So they've come as a package, basically, both these two,
Yes,
these technology partners. Got it. And the other parts are just curious, why a CG Power, why not via tube investments?
You know, so I think this can be argued in any way. Why not CG and why not TI? You know,
that's a query from the analyst community, sir.
No, nothing. The board felt that CG board felt that this project is a good project to go on. That's it. That's how it came.
Okay, just a couple of more questions from my end, Mr. Srinivasan. You said that there is a 10 to 15% growth in terms of demand in India. What about the export opportunity? What kind of growth are you looking at over there? And how are we positioned compared to our global peers?
So one thing, as I said, you know, there will be an offtake. Offtake will be an export. Export. So about at least about 30 to 40% can be exported.
Okay, 30 to 40% of what you produce.
Yes.
So this 10 to 15% growth that you're talking about in demand, this is including exports, is it? Or what is the export demand that you're looking at over the next couple of years?
Export demand actually overall, you know, chip market is about 80 billion, and generally in the market is expected to grow globally about 5 to 7%. So it is still some time far away, you know, depending on what pricing, what kind of opportunity, etc. But whatever is the offtake will straight away be qualified as an export.
So, okay, the offtake will be qualified as an export. Got it. You can't quantify the exact demand because it's early stages yet. But can you help us with what the unit economics are looking like when you manufacture in India compared to, say, a high growth market like, say, Taiwan? I mean, you know, what are the unit economics looking like?
So difficult to say at this point of time because each package, each product is different, and I know there are companies which are operating for a long period. So difficult at this point of time to say any numbers.
Mr. Srinivasan, just to sort of pull back a little bit. So we got others also coming into the space, right? But they're in different areas. So Israel's Tower Semiconductors is setting up something, has proposed to set up something in Gujarat. But I think that is chip fabrication. Similarly, Tata Group, I think fabrication and wafers. Whereas Micron is proposing chip packaging, right? Like what you are going to do. Is that the broad landscape right now?
Yeah, most certainly.
Okay. Are there any? What are the variables which will kind of determine? Are there any big moving parts once this is up and running that we'll have to? No. Once this is up, yeah. Sorry.
No, Prashant, actually this is entirely a new business for us. We have, with the help of our partners and then some global consultants, we have put through the project report and we are learning. This project will also be implemented in a separate JV company with specialized people who have got experience in this business, etc. So only at some point of time, only all these things can be clarified. I'm clearly to say I don't have much knowledge about this industry.
Mr. Srinivasan, that's good to get that. So a separate JV under CG Power with, of course, the people who have the know-how and are experts in the field. And 3 years from now, essentially, is when we will start to get a sense of when this is up and running.
All right. Mr. Srinivasan, very quickly, before we let you go, besides the stake that these tech partners have, will there be any royalty fees that need to be paid?
So I can't disclose the terms of the whatever is the
but there would be some fee, right? There would be some royalty fee that you'll have to pay.
I can't disclose.
Okay, and what about the funding breakup, sir?
No, funding actually, the large part of it comes from government funding, subsidy, 50% subsidy from central and 25% from state. The remaining will be equity. If it is required, then we can always type some more. But the equity portion is close to 1,900 crores. I think to be invested over a period of 5 years between us. 90% will contribute. I think at this point of time, there's not much thought of debt. It's only we'll put our money actually over a period of time.
But the total investment is 7,600 crores, correct? So out of that, how much contribution will be made by you and how much from the tech partner?
So about 90% or 91% of the equity will be contributed by CG. 9% will be by the tech partner. Of course, later on, they can also, if they want, they can hike the stake. But as of now, the total equity, assuming it's about 2,000 crores, 91% will be subscribed by CG.
All right, Mr. Srinivasan, we'll leave it there, sir. Thank you for joining us and congratulations new line of business, and really glad that you could speak with us first here on CNBC TV18.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right.